I recognize that many people in the world feel stressed, panicked, worried, trapped, and even scared when it comes to money and their financial future. Most people have more negative thoughts and feelings about money than positive ones, which I actually think is a catalyst for making bad financial situations worse. What if instead you focused on feeling calm, confident, and even excited about money? What if you trained yourself to develop and own a positive money mindset? I believe that would change your financial trajectory and put you on track for financial freedom. Money is based on your beliefs and your programming. So let's work on rewiring that programming today. Let's harness the power of positive thoughts so we can leverage money for what it is, an energy to get you where you want to go and get you what you want in life. Today, I'm sharing my top tips for mastering your money mindset in the next week if you take these tips to heart and take action. Now, you've heard the old adage, attitude is everything, and it's absolutely true. You repel money with negative thoughts and you allow it to flow to you freely with positive ones. So let's get to those behaviors, actions, and mindset tips today. The first step to mastering your money mindset is to accept where you are. And first off, forgive yourself. What's done is done, and it's critical you accept that and take responsibility for that. Otherwise, nothing will change. Acceptance and ownership give you power, and this is essential in order to change your reality. All of us have made mistakes with our money in the past, but we can't let those mistakes define our future. Don't dwell so much on the past that you're unable to move forward in the present. Now, if you've dug a hole, you have the power to dig your way out of it. And you have to believe that. But then focus on forgiving others. If you're holding on to grudges or blaming others for your situation, it's time to acknowledge that, then let it go. Number 2, rewind the narrative until you fully understand it. What is your overall attitude about money? What words do you use most often when you talk about it with others or even yourself? Reflect on the stories that you tell yourself about money. Think about the memories you have from childhood that you're hanging on to that are affecting you negatively. From now on, make a commitment to use positive words only when it comes to talking about and thinking about money. Let go of those old narratives and start telling yourself positive stories about your future. This will again allow money to start flowing freely to you. Number 3, understand your self-worth isn't tied to your net worth. Your self-worth is not defined by how much you make or the number in your bank account. Your worth is determined by how much value you bring to the world and how much value you can give. Period. Help people in any way you can, including being supportive of them as you work on supporting yourself. And I know you've heard this quote before, but it's worth repeating. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And perhaps you have a skill or skills that you aren't using that you can start using again to add value to the world. And as a secondary effect, it might even help bring in a little bit more income at a day job or on the side. But either way, know that you are worth it, even if your net worth isn't where you'd like it to be. Number 4, one word, budget. But find a way that works for you. I try not to push budgets on anyone, but you can't decide where you want to go and when if you don't understand fully where you stand. I recognize that budgets tend to have a negative stigma, but again, flip that negative thinking into positive thinking. A budget doesn't limit your freedom. It gives you freedom. By keeping track of your income and spending, you can start making adjustments to your budget to align with the way that you want to live your life. Tracking helps you identify areas where you can cut back to save the most. For me, that was coffee, eating out for lunch daily, reducing my interest rates, and eventually I just ditched my car altogether. It might be scary at first, but it will offer instant relief to know a full picture lay of the land. A first budget doesn't have to be perfect. The process is about making progress, not about achieving perfection. It's about consistency and persistency. It's a mental commitment to being conscious about your money choices from now on. Number 5, read a personal finance book. And you can absolutely do this in a week. If you need a nudge, by the way, on which book to pick up, I always have 10 of my favorites in the description down below. So see which are available for free at your local library. Now, technically, I recommend 13 if you count the 3 that I've published. So if you're just getting started from scratch, I recommend my first book, The Money Resolution. If you're looking to go from net worth 0 to a net worth of 100K plus, I recommend Money You Can Hack It. And if you're looking to scale beyond and you're getting serious about seeking financial freedom, I recommend my latest, Save Half, Retire Fast. Books allow you to learn from others that are a step ahead or maybe just a few steps ahead of you that have gone through the process. Plus, they offer inspiration. The more financial education you acquire, the more confidence you'll gain with money. So seek out books, find answers, and discover success, because you'll be the same person in a year as you are today, except for the people you meet and the books you read. 6, this is probably my favorite. Focus only on what you can control. This one has been a game changer for me just in life in general. You can't control inflation, the price of gas, taxes, the stock market, or again, mistakes that you've made in the past. But there is a lot that you can control that deserves your full focus, time, and attention. For example, tips on this list, like reading a book or creating a budget. You can set a plan or goals. You can control automating what you save each month or paycheck. You can control your credit score by paying your debts on time and paying down debts consistently in general. You even have more control over your income than you probably think. Ask for a raise this week or seek out a new higher paying job. Start a side hustle with your spare time. And I could go on, and I do in my books and videos, but you get the idea. Never underestimate what you're capable of and choose action over inaction every time. 7 is to develop an abundance mindset. If you have a victim, lack, or poverty mindset, this will have an impact on every area of your life, especially your finances. Believe there is enough to go around, because there is. Positivity opens doors, while negativity and a scarcity mindset will hold you back. So have faith and belief. People with negative money scripts say things to themselves like, I am terrible with money. No one ever pays their bills on time. I'll never get a raise. It's impossible to save. I'll always be broke. I'm not meant to have money, or even I'll figure it out later. If these are thoughts that you've had, this is what you're attracting. This is what you're training your mind to see, believe, and seek out. Instead, give yourself permission to make money, and you'll start attracting more of it. You'll go from living paycheck to paycheck into the wealth accumulation phase in no time. For more on this, by the way, I made a whole video about manifesting money and attracting it. I even spoke to money mantras, so I highly recommend checking out that video after this one. 8, identify your debts and appreciate them. Now, identifying your debts is clear and obviously important, but I'm hoping that'll happen as a result of creating a budget, which I covered earlier. I want to focus instead on appreciating your debts as well. Again, change negative thinking into positive thinking. Your debt doesn't have to be a negative. Focus on what your debts have provided, will provide, or have taught you. Your debt might be the result of an education, or a much needed medical surgery, or a car that served you well that maybe you still have and use. It might be from a mortgage for a home that you invested in, or education for a child in the future. Not all debt is bad debt, and even if it is the result of irresponsible actions, reflect on the lessons that you've learned and the opportunities ahead, because I have to tell you, the feeling of paying them off one by one is incredibly satisfying. 9, reflect on what you're grateful for. Most people focus on what they don't have rather than looking for and appreciating who they are and what they do have. The glass always seems to be half empty. To change your relationship with money and master your money mindset, you must focus on gratitude and appreciation for what you have in the present. Look around you. Look closely at your life. What and who do you have that you're grateful for? When you start to view life with appreciation, you'll continue to find things that you're grateful for. Gratitude takes practice, but it's a muscle that develops over time, so practice regularly. Write in a gratitude journal and say thank you to everyone and everything, because what you appreciate appreciates. 10, get clear about what you want in whatever way makes the most sense for you. That can be setting goals. That could be envisioning a 5-year or 10-year plan. That can be a very specific dollar amount that you want saved and invested in the next 30 days or a year. Perhaps you have too many goals and it comes down to actually deciding on your top priority or two and focusing all your time, energy, and attention on those. What you focus on is what you get. I truly believe that. If you can see it happen, you can make it happen. So write your money story, then own it, then live it. Once you're clear, know that you can achieve it because you absolutely can. And I saved my favorite quote for last here. Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. On screen, you'll see a quick summary of everything that I've covered today. And I'd really love to know as you look at this list, what's your favorite? What's something that spoke to you or stood out? Be sure to let me know in the comments. I always appreciate the feedback. But I want to leave you ultimately with this. When you master your money mindset, you stop focusing on fear and debt and what you lack. Instead, you focus on abundance, gratitude, and money as energy. You start to open up to new opportunities, possibly create new income streams, and learn how to protect your money so it can grow. You'll feel more confident, comfortable, and empowered. Your mentality becomes your reality. And I think this ultimately helps you enjoy the beauty of life and the journey more along the way. Check out my favorite books in the description, and my books, of course, also linked below. 2 weeks ago, I mentioned that I had an announcement today, but my timing was off, so apologies. It is still coming, and I have something awesome I'm excited to share with you guys, but it isn't coming for another 2 more weeks. So subscribe to be in the know about that. Again, here's that money mindset video and one that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. My name is Frankie. Have an awesome week or weekend ahead, and I hope to see you next week on the next one. Thanks.